home and sit on the laptop and just browse YouTube. That's what he wants. So Allah Azza wa Jal warns us. وَقُلْ لِعِبَادِي يَقُولُ الَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. Say to my slaves, utter that which is the best. Say the best possible thing. Say the most beautiful things. إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ يَنْزَغُ بَيْنَكُمْ. No doubt it is shaitan who will cause dissent among you. No doubt it is shaitan who will cause dissent among you. The ayah begins by saying, you should say the best thing. The ayah ends by saying, shaitan will cause dissent. Meaning, you and I, when we work for an Islamic cause, there are other people that are working. Some volunteers are harder working and other volunteers are not as hard working. When people aren't working as hard as you are, you know what happens? You say, man, that guy doesn't show up to the meeting on time. Didn't do this, didn't do that. So you have harsh words. Once you have harsh words, this guy says, forget you, man, I'm coming here as a volunteer. Who are you to tell me? We're all volunteers, we're all equal here. And this starts. But actually, who is laughing at all of this? Shaitan's laughing at all of this. You fell right into the trap. You walked right into it. So Allah commands His slaves to say that which is the best. And you will find, when you work for the cause of Islam, you will find that you will be unusually frustrated. Unusually frustrated. Especially with Muslims. And especially with Muslims who are working, volunteering. Not the guy who doesn't pray or ever barely shows up to the masjid, or barely hangs out at the MSA. The guy who's working hard at the MSA like you are, you'll be really frustrated with them. Why? Because shaitan wants this. He wants this cohesion to break. So here, the first thing, I want to talk about a lot of stuff, and I'm jumping around, but still. One of the things I want to talk about is the position, the responsibility of a leader. Of course, this is a voluntary organization. But in every organization, you need leadership. You can't have two cooks. You can't have multiple leaders. There has to be some kind of a ranking system. Some kind of a ranking system. Unfortunately, the problem occurs when, one of the salient features of Islam is a leader, the qualified leader is the one who doesn't want leadership. Right? This is one of the great qualities of Islam. The qualified leader is the one who doesn't want leadership. Leadership is thrust upon them against their will. What we find most of the time are people who are saying, man, these guys don't know what they're doing. I need to be in charge. I don't know why they're not voting for me. I don't understand. They know I do this, and this. I'm getting all these things done. They don't see that I'm qualified. I need to be in charge. So there's this, first of all, shaitan convinces you that you need to be running things, because unless you run things, it's all going to go into a rut. You're the one. You're the one. Everybody else is a loser. This is an ego inflation for the sake of Islam. See the irony in this whole thing? You're aggrandizing yourself, but you're saying to yourself, I'm doing this not for me, but for what? For Islam. What a game shaitan plays. By the way, just as a reality check, you and I, we think we do things for Islam. Allah's deen does not need us. Allah's deen does not need you and me. You and I think, man, I'm going to this job, I'm providing for my family, if I don't go, what's going to happen? Allah will take your life like that in the middle of traffic. It'll be gone. Yet He will still provide for your wife and child. Because you are not their raziq. Who's their raziq? Allah Azza wa Jal. You and I think, if I don't do this thing, who's going to do it? There's nobody else around to pick up my slack. Don't think like that. Allah has given you a gift to let you serve Him. You are not the super highly qualified, ranking, unique personality without which this whole thing will collapse. No, that's not how we think. We are blessed to be able to serve Allah Azza wa Jal. You see, when Ibrahim alayhi salam is building Allah's house, who's there besides him? That's right. Two people. If they don't build it, who will build it? Nobody? But they are building Allah's house, begging to Allah, oh Allah, accept from us. They're not looking around, we better build it fast because this needs to be good construction because who else is going to do it? No. They're humble before Allah. They're nervous that Allah won't accept this work from them. So first, our attitude has to change. We are not there to make things better. We are there to serve Allah. We're not there to make things better. Who makes things better? Allah. That's in Allah's hands. Change is not in our hands. Change is in Allah's hands. The only thing we can do is make the effort. Giving that effort success or failure is in the hands of Allah Azza wa Jal, and this is the biggest attitude change we need in our masajid. We think we're the agents of change. We think our leadership is the agent of the lack of change. No, the lack of change or change, this doesn't come from you and me, it comes from the Lord. It comes from Allah Azza wa Jal. This is the first change of attitude. Now about leaders. If you do have a leader, what are the qualities of a leader? The only quality I want to share with you, though they have many qualities, the only two qualities I want to share with you, one, first of all, in the Arabic language, the leader, the term for the leader, you know? Amir. Amir. And there are two words in Arabic, Amir and Amir. Amir is ism fa'il, Amir is ism sifa mushabbaha. I'm not giving you an Arabic lesson, I promise. Amir means, so there are two words in Arabic, Amir and Amir. You may have heard these names for some Muslim boys too, right? Amir and Amir. Amir means the one who commands. Amir means the one who commands authority. I'll say that again. Amir is the one who